Hi, today at Entrepreneur APAC, we have with us Jelmer David, Managing Partner, Foxmont Capital. Jelmer, thank you so much for talking to us today at Entrepreneur APAC.
Thanks for having us.
So tell me more about your fund, because you said it's a sector-agnostic fund, but country-specific, and in Philippines. So tell me about the startup ecosystem over there.
We focus on the Philippines because it's historically been a bit of an underserved market in terms of private capital. And we think that there's a lot of entrepreneurial activity. We see about 500 to 600 companies a year, and we only invest in about 4 to 5 a year. So we can be highly selective. So from that perspective, it's a very interesting market to look at. Entrepreneurial talent is also strong. Governance in the Philippines is strong. And because capital has been scarce historically, we've not experienced a bubble similar to what other markets have gone through. And so the narrative in the Philippines is quite positive from that perspective as well. So we see a lot of regional investors come into the Philippines right now and do their first tickets.
Okay, and which are the sunrise sectors over there?
So the Philippines is quite consumer heavy. The Philippine economy is. About 70% of the Philippines economy is private consumption driven. We also see a growing market for B2B SaaS type companies. We've invested in climate resilient companies like Nyber or PCX, which is a plastic credit exchange company. Yeah. And so those are all strong markets that the Philippines is doing well in.
Okay, and what stage of the business do you typically invest in?
So we often are the first institutional ticket in, and so we really are the bridge between local entrepreneurs and regional capital. After our ticket, we often invite regional investors with certain sector expertise to come into the cap table and drive the business further.
And you help them in expanding to other markets outside Philippines?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, from our perspective, our underwriting process does not assume an international expansion needs to happen for us to make our fund returns. But it has happened for a number of our companies where they do go international. We help them introduce them then to certain country-specific funds like ourselves to really help go to market with a local expertise.
How big is the fund size right now?
We're raising our third fund right now. We did a 30 million first close and are continuing the fundraise until later this year.
Okay, that's interesting. And since you were speaking on AI, I mean, any investments done in that segment?
So we believe that the Philippines is not necessarily competitive on the AI front. I mean, in terms of capital deployment, but we do utilize AI a lot for our portfolio companies to make use of, and that enables them to be leaner, be more efficient and productive companies. And that's been quite successful, but it's not necessarily the case that we can compete at a global level as a country on AI end solutions.